What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the 1% Academy podcast, where we are striving to get 1% better every single day. And today I have a short podcast for you guys. Currently, my high school Jays team is playing in a college showcase that is attended by about 30 college coaches around the state of Texas and the surrounding areas, Louisiana and Oklahoma as well. And so there was something that one of the college coaches said after one of the games, because what we've been doing is we'll play our game hour 55 time limit or 7 innings, and after the game, the coaches that are there watching that game will take time to talk to both teams together on the field after the game, go over any kind of recruiting questions that anybody has, and also just sharing a piece of advice on whatever facet of the game that they want to share advice on. And so there was something that one of the college coaches said that I wanted to touch on and share with you guys today. But before we do that, make sure you guys go check out and support my brand, 1% Athletics. We just dropped 5 new colorways in the 1% Better t-shirt. If you guys are watching the podcast on YouTube, I'm wearing the shirt. So we have 5 new colorways. We have the royal blue performance tee, the red performance tee, the purple performance tee, the navy blue tradition performance tee, and the royal blue tradition performance tees. Both of the tradition performance 1% Better shirts, they are the Jays colorways, so navy blue with Columbia blue. After you guys go check out those 1% Better performance t-shirts on 1percentathletics.com, make sure you check the description box here on the podcast and follow me on all my socials, on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. And if you're interested in any kind of coaching at all, you can fill out a coaching form down there in the description box and we can work together one-on-one. I would love to work with you guys and help y'all get to y'all's goals. But now let's go ahead and jump into today's topic. I don't want to take too long talking about other stuff. One of the things that this college coach was talking about, he was a college coach that is at a Juco. So if you're playing Juco baseball, there's essentially no rules whenever it comes to any kind of practice or game regulations. Whereas if you go like to a Division I school, there's different practice rules that they have to follow when it comes to how much time you can spend on the field as a group, how much early work you can do. Just there's a bunch of rule structures that have to be followed when it comes to practice time, and you're only allotted so many days during the fall to be able to be on the field. Well, so in junior college, there's no such rule about that. So this is where you really hear the Juco Grind and the Juco Bandits kind of mantra and mottos come from, because you spend so much time playing baseball and spent on the field, or out on the football field running, or in the weight room lifting. Like, you're strictly baseball 24/7. So what this college coach was talking about was because these kids right now are 15, 16 years old. So they're sophomores, juniors, or going to be sophomores, going to be juniors this upcoming school year. And so they're still, right at the beginning of puberty, going through the middle of puberty. And so he was talking about how right now they're at their peak for how much athletic development they're going to be able to get, because their hormones and their testosterone is so high from going through puberty, that right now they're going to get so much benefit from their training because of the way that their body is growing. And so this college coach was encouraging them to begin creating those routines for themselves of getting in the weight room, putting on weight, putting on muscle mass, putting on or getting stronger within just your overall lifts and your foundational strength. And he was trying to explain to them how part of that is going to aid in the recruiting process, because these college coaches, when they're out at high school games or over the summer during showcases and they're looking at players that are seniors, a guy that's gonna be bigger is gonna be able to be more durable throughout the college season. You know, a guy that's a pitcher that's weighing 145, 155 pounds and he's skin and bones. They're going to be leery about bringing him on because of if he's going to be durable to be on the field every day. So they're looking for kids that have that maturity where their body is growing, they're developing, they have weight, and those kind of things are what's going to allow and help them get through the just brutality of a season. You know, the grind of a season. And that was one of the things he was talking to these kids about, is just the difference that they are they're going to have going from playing high school baseball to going and playing college baseball, where, you know, depending on what schools these kids go to, specifically for this coach, he was talking about Juco. But once you get on campus, from that very first day, y'all have a team meeting or a team workout, it's go. Like, it's full steam ahead. You're on the field every single day, especially at a Juco. You're going to be on the field for hours. You know, you're going to have early work. You're going to have morning gym sessions. You're going to have study hall to go into all this. And this is going to be your daily routine of being on the field, being in the weight room, putting a toll on your body, like fatiguing your body, breaking your body down. And so he was talking about the difference of these kids who are going to go from playing high school baseball, where you're playing, 15, 20 games. I know it varies in different parts of the country depending on how competitive baseball is in your area. I know in Texas, we play anywhere from 20 to 30 games in our high school seasons. It's very competitive, especially in the Houston area. But so, you're going to a Juco, they have no rules, and at a Juco, not only are you going to enter squad multiple times a week, but you're also basically going to play a full schedule in the fall, because you're going to have inter squad games or scrimmage games, exhibition games set up with different schools. You're going to be traveling to go play at their fields, or they're going to come play at your fields. It's still going to be 2 or 3 times a week, and these games are most of the time lengthy games, 18 innings, 22 innings, because they're trying to get all their arms in the game, trying to get all the position players in the game, so you'll split playing time. So it makes out to be long days. So when you look back at the end of the fall, you're going to be like, man, I just played another 30 games on top of our inter squads that we had. So let's say we even had another 10 or 20 inter squads per week or per that semester. That's 50 games right there. And then you're going to go into the spring season where you're going to play 55 games, I think is the max he said they're allotted to schedule. And then they also, if you make a regional, you make the World Series, that's going to be another 10 or so games that you're going to end up playing. So you're looking at playing over possibly 100 games within those 2 semesters. And so he's just trying to get across to them the grind that they are going to be going through. They need to start preparing their bodies and preparing their overall game to endure that, and just the reality that they're going to face. I know a lot of kids have aspirations of playing professional baseball or being highly sought after draft picks. And so for you guys that think that you want to do that, one of the things that I need you to realize is once you go to college and you think that you're going to be a prospect that's going to be on a draft board or taken pretty high, that means that once your spring season ends, you don't get to just go home and hang out for the summer or just go home and train. You then have to go play summer ball or go play in one of these summer leagues, the Jayhawk League, the Cape Cod League, the Alaskan League, the Texas Collegiate League. There's leagues all across the country that are extremely competitive, where you're going and you're going to go play another 60 games because you're going to start at the beginning of June, play every day through July and maybe even into August. You're going to be done for a few weeks, and then you're going to be back on campus, and you're going to be beginning fall workouts for your next semester at college. So that's what this grind is beginning to look like, especially for you guys that want to play at a high level, because you have to go play in those summer leagues to get noticed. That's where, scouts want to see you play against the top competition in the country collectively in one place. And so that's just the reality that's coming for you high school guys that want to play college baseball. And even if you're not going to be a top draft pick, you're still going to have that grind or that you're going to have to go through during the fall and the spring just from working with your college that you're at. And one of the things that the college is going to do is in the fall, they make it tough purposefully because they want to weed out all of the guys that are just not going to be strong enough to hang around and that are going to, they just can't cut it. And so, that's part of this too, is when you're getting recruited, they're going to have a recruiting class that's going to be, possibly 40 or 50 kids on the team in the fall, and they're going to make cuts. So you have to go in prepared. And so I really liked this talk coming from this coach because he was a young guy. So he was obviously relatable, but just explaining to them how they needed to start taking care of their bodies. And they needed to begin preparing to become college athletes. And so this was a lot of the stuff that he touched on, just what they could be doing right now as far as their nutrition and making sure they're beginning to get in the weight room, whether that's on their own or they're going and hire a strength and conditioning coach, which is what I did my junior year. I started working out personally in the gym my freshman year, just very basic, bodybuilding type lifts. Obviously all your Olympic lifts, but then isolation lifts, just because I had no idea what I was doing in the gym. I was going with one of my buddies, just trying to start working out. And then junior year, made the commitment to get a strength and conditioning coach that was directly tailored to baseball training. And that's, my game started going to the next level. It became more flexible, it became faster, it became more explosive, more powerful. My arm strength went up. And so this is the time period that those guys are in, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are in that are watching or listening to this video, to this podcast episode. And so these are the things you got to start taking into account, that you have to begin training and preparing as if you're getting ready for college, because it's going to be being on the field every single day, or if not every single day, 5 or 6 days a week. I mentioned my example I gave was for JUCO, but even if you're going to a D2, a D1, D3, NAIA, yes, they're going to have practice rules and regulations, but you're not going to have off days. You're going to be doing something every single day, and even when you're not doing baseball, you're going to have other, extracurricular activities that you're going to have to do. Team bonding events, like I said, study hall. So all that stuff's going to take up time in your schedule, and you're still going to be expected to get the baseball stuff done, or it's still going to be mandatory on top of having to do whatever extra on your own. So trying to give you guys some perspective on what's coming, because if you want to play this game in college, if you want to play it professionally, that means you're playing every single day, and that takes a toll on your body. You've got to start preparing so that your body's going to be physically strong enough and you can stay healthy to be able to get through a season and perform at your highest level. I just wanted to share that message with you guys today, trying to keep this a short podcast episode. Just like I said, it was something that this coach said, he was talking about, and I found it to be very relatable, and I wanted to share it to you guys because I thought it was a good message. And it's one of the most important things you're going to be able to do to prepare yourself for school, but also make that transition once you get there. That if you're already strong enough and healthy enough and know what to expect, it's going to make that transition period of getting on the field every single day a lot easier, and you're going to be able to perform at your highest level and win a roster spot right out the gate without struggling. So I want you guys to start right now. As soon as you're done listening to this, you need to go get a gym membership, get your nutrition in check, start tracking your protein, carb, and fat intake along with your calories, and put on some weight, put on some muscle, and start working hard. 1% better every single day. You guys stick to that mindset, and it's going to get you to where you want to be. It's going to help you accomplish your goals. Y'all go earn your greatness. Make sure you're subscribed to the podcast, and I'll see y'all next time.